All right, my friends, Andrew here once again. In this short video, we are going to talk about your first group tag. This feature is going to help you be able to connect with people who are interested in a specific niche or opportunity based off of them sorting themselves into those groups on Facebook. And as you can see here, I've got a couple of example groups for you. I've got the ClickFunnels Group, I've got the Kartra Group, and I've got the GrooveFunnels Group here. You can join these groups just by clicking on the link there. And then, of course, you can see these are your body questions related to, or your body statements, I should say, related to these specific groups. Now, if you take a look down here, we can see the three-part outreach framework. Okay, it's intro, body, and question. And here are the three parts. Part one is your introduction, part two is your message body, and part three being the open-ended question. We assemble our messaging using segments inside of our tag. And in this particular case, if you take a look at the introduction, it's very simple. It's just like a hey, hello, hi with their first name. The message body, part two of this, is the thing that you have in common with that person. And in this particular case, it would be the group. So example right here, you can see we have GrooveFunnels. You and I are both in the GrooveFunnels group. I'm in the GrooveFunnels group with you. I ran across your profile in the GrooveFunnels group. See, these are three different ways of basically saying the exact same thing. And you'd want to copy these into a segment while you are creating that inside of your Messenger Pro tagging system. Now, same thing here with Kartra. You notice it is a Kartra group. This is the thing that we have in common. So now what you want to do with part three of your outreach framework is you want to use an open-ended question that is related to part two, the thing that you have in common. So as an example, a whole message, an outreach message would be, hey, Andrew, I'm in the GrooveFunnels group with you. How is it working for you? Or, hello, Andrew. You and I are both in the GrooveFunnels group. How's it working out so far? That kind of thing right there is a basic framework that elicits a pretty good response when we are doing our organic outreach. So I'd encourage you to model that framework and kind of get that rocking and rolling. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm actually going to show you how to set this up inside of our multiple income funnel group right here. I'm going to be using this one. So for example, right here, if we drop down our application, we can go right here to our cold lead. I'm going to use the cold lead for this message outreach. And generally speaking, what we would do is we would make our tag related to the group. But in our particular case, we are working with three tags. So the cold lead outreach right here, what we're going to do is we're going to use our segments. So you can see right here, I've already set up some global segments. I have my intro demo, I have an intro, and I have questions. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because I don't really need it anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that out. And we can see that we have our intro right here because you can see it's exactly the same thing. And of course, we can add some more variants to this. As an add a variant, it's relatively easy. I'm just going to say howdy. And then we're going to put the name variable in there, just like that. And then I'm going to grab an emoji, and I'm going to get that cowboy hat emoji. I like throwing that in there with the howdy just for some reason. So right there, we just go ahead and save that. We're going to click the button. You can see it added the message. So we're going to go ahead and save that. So now we've just added one more to our pool. So now we have 4 different variations of our introduction. Now our questions, these are those open-ended questions. You can see right here. This is kind of a basic one. I'm using this in global segments. How is it working out for you so far? How do you like it so far? How is it working? How is it working for you so far? And how are you liking it so far? So these are all very subtle differences in those variations in those open-ended questions. Now, these ones can be used with basically anything. If you wanted to be more specific in your question, how do you like Groove, or how do you like ClickFunnels, or how do you like XYZ, whatever the system might be that you are sorting through, the group that you are farming, that will give you a little bit more specific, and you'd want to do that at the tag level. But I'm going to go ahead and save that, and then these are our 2 globals. So now we have our tags. And inside of our tags, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our message templates. You're going to notice here that we do have our intro and interest ones. That's some of the demos that we've been putting together so far. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add a new one. And this one's going to be for the multiple income funnel group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my global segments. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to choose my intro. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my tag, because remember in our tag, we have interests, questions, and MIF. So I'm going to go with my MIF. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my global questions. I'm going to grab my global questions. So I've got the group of introduction. So hello, hey, hi. I have the MIF group, my segment right here, which is specifically related to the multiple income funnel. And then I have my questions about how do they like it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the add button. And what you're going to notice here is that we have right here intro, MIF, and questions. So I need to check this radio box so that the software knows that this is the message set that I want to use while I'm doing my outreach. So in this particular case now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cruise right on over here to the members tab. And then once I have the members tab open, I'm going to choose my category, which of course I have a basic account that we're demoing in. So I can only use new to the group. And then right here, I'm going to enter my tag. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab cold lead. Okay. And remember, I chose the radio button. So whenever I do the messaging, it's going to select that message set in that template inside the segments. And then I can set the number of requests and the interval in between each of those requests going out. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the start button here, and you'll see the software go to work. I'm just going to scroll down here and you'll see that the software is now active. It's searching for a person. Here is Rick, and it's going to send Rick a quick message. So it already sent the friend request, and now it's going into the message, and it's going to rotate our message segments. Hi, Rick. You and I are in the MIF group together. How are you liking it so far? Now it's going to go to the next person here, right here, which is going to be Peter. Now, Pila and Ken, you can see that they don't have anything here. They're basically just not open to new friends, which is fine. We can still use the other individuals in the group who are, right? There's 2.6 billion people on Facebook. So don't worry about those few here and there that are not going to be a good fit for the offer and or your profile. So you can see right here, Peter's going to come up, and he's got a friend request sent out to him, and now it's going to go in. It's going to automate the message process, and it's going to be slightly different. Howdy, Peter, cowboy hat. You and I are in the MIF group together. How do you like it so far? So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now because I don't want to have to run through the whole thing with it, but you kind of get a good bead on how that works. And now what we can do, if we cruise over here to our messenger, so if I just hit the Facebook tab up here at the top, just like so. There we go. And then I'm going to go here to the messenger, and you can see right here that our cold lead tag has been applied to Peter. Our cold lead tag has been applied to Rick. And you can see that conversation going right there. And as you continue to go forward, as you continue to establish more and more contacts, more people will accept your friend requests, more people will start to have conversations with you. And in this particular situation right here, we already know what most people are struggling with in this particular niche, in this particular group. And that, again, like we said before, is getting that targeted traffic, those people who would be very interested in doing it, what it is that they set out to do, right? So targeted traffic for any offer is what this is all about, right? So you get to build up this rapport, and then your Facebook funnel, your profile funnel, is designed to get those people, a little bit more know, like, and trust, establishing the authority and all of the things that you need to do to become successful in the internet marketing space. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go in this video, and if you have any questions, comments, and or concerns, feel free to reach out to our